Yo, what is going on, guys? We're back today for another Alliance War video. This is number 2 of Season 19, brand new map. And we're facing up against ISO 8A, so a very, very strong alliance. So this one's going to be a tough one. And I'm on path number 4 to begin with, and I think path number 9, section 2. So very unfamiliar with these paths, first time doing these kind of fights. So I'm going to go ahead and boost up a little bit here, throw on a 30%er and 15%er, and then also an attack boost because I'm also going to be fighting a Doctor Doom mini boss. So I want to be boosted because it seems like it's going to be a pretty beefy fight. And then I'm also going to slap on a Cosmic boost because I actually brought Corvus this war. Very unique war team. Sorcerer Supreme, Red Guardian, and Corvus. This is Sorcerer Supreme and Red Guardian's first real showing in an actual war season. So yeah, should be interesting. Gonna pop an invulnerability boost as well because there's one in the store. A little bit worried about this Tigra that I have coming up because her animations are just wild, man. I dueled her, and the L1 evade is easy, but the L2 evade, if she goes to L2, I'm dead. So I mean, at least I have invulnerability boost. There's a chance I'll survive, but yeah, so a little bit worried about that one. But up first we have a Namor, which is actually just a blessing in disguise. Namor is 2 Corvus charges, the Avenger and the Mutant. So yeah, I'll scoop this charge right on up, and we'll be looking pretty good. So we put on that Cosmic boost. So once we get to our special 2, we drop that. If it doesn't kill him, we're gonna get a lot of power back, and then the next special 2 is pretty much guaranteed to kill him. So almost at that first special 2 right here, we're gonna pop it. And it gives us some pretty nice power back. It doesn't quite kill him. He's at a special 2, so I'm just going to go for a full combo. One more special 2. He's dead. So it went just as calculated, and yeah, it's perfect. Now we got 2 charges, and we're looking pretty good. Now next up here we have Tigra. So we're going to be using Red Guardian for this fight. When I got here, I pulled up. I was like, oh, only rank 4. That's great. That is really nice. The nodes on this path is... I don't even know. It wasn't really nothing too crazy to worry about, so I wasn't really worried. I was just worried about this Tiger's animations, man, because she's crazy. So like I said, I practiced dueling her a little bit, and so I know how to evade the special 1. It's pretty simple to evade, but still, her animations are wild. So I'm trying to bait the special 1 here, because like I said, I don't want to push her to L2, and she's not throwing it. I'm getting kind of worried at this point. I'm just hitting her block, giving myself lots of space, and boom, she throws it. So perfect, there we go. Instantly punish it. Once you see the little barrel roll at the end of the animation, that's when you know you can punish. So we're good. Our spacing's on point right now. I got a lot of charges on my shield, 1 special 2, lights out. So that fight went great. Red Guardian, if you crit with that special 2, it hits really hard. So you're good. Now, next up here, we have a Guillotine 2099, and originally this wasn't my fight, but I was like, yo, I can just pop a Power Start 1 with Corvus, and she'll be dead. So I'm like, it's a really safe fight, so I'll take it. And they're like, all right. So yeah, we're going to start this fight. The most important thing to do is start with a heavy attack. By the way, they are running Stubborn this war, which is going to be very important for the next fight. Yeah, we start with a heavy attack, so that way she can't use her invisibility cloak so that we miss. And then yeah, I don't give her an L1, stop my combo, get special 2, and she's dead. So super easy. That fight went exactly how I thought it was going to go. So right here you see I'm claiming a Power Start 1 out of the stash. That's why I asked for that fight as well, because I had it expiring, had to use 1 this war. Now we pull up to this Doctor Doom. So I changed my masteries around. I asked if I should run suicides, and Taters was like, you could maybe run half suicides, and I was thinking about it, and I'm like, this is going to be a long fight. Like, going in, I knew this was going to be a pretty long fight. This is a 6-star rank 3 Doom, and this node right here, Power Snack. Every 7 seconds, the next buff triggered by the attacker is immediately nullified, and the defender gains 50% of a bar of power. So because of that node, that's why Red Guardian here was assigned, because he's immune to Power Snack. He can't gain buffs, so he can't have buffs nullified. So I knew this was going to be a really long fight for a couple of reasons. So 1, it's Stubborn. 2, it's Doom. 3, because it's Doom, his crit resistance is extremely high, and Red Guardian, he really does need crits to do a lot of damage. So you see I put on some science boosts. I'm just really boosting up because I know this is going to be a big fight. So yeah, I'm not going to probably crit a single time in this fight, and I know that going in. So I'm mentally prepared for a long fight here, right? I'm prepared. Now, this is the real issue here with Stubborn. So I decided to not go with Suicides because, you know, because it's going to be such a long fight with Red Guardian, I'm going to be throwing multiple special 1s, 2s, 3s, who knows. So I don't want to be taking recoil damage each time. So I decided to not run Suicides. And I thought I had Despair maxed. Looking back on it, I might have only had a point or two in it. I definitely had some points in it, but in the fight, I thought I did have it maxed. So, you know, I thought applying more debuffs would help against willpower. And so, yeah, we applied the slow. So now we can actually just block his special 1s because he is slowed, which is nice. My Red Guardian is at this point Sig 200, so that's also good. Something to note. So yeah, I know when I started this fight, you know, I thought it would be a good idea to get all my debuffs up and keep them up. You know, that's originally what I thought. Because of the Stubborn, I'm opting to just block the special 1. You know, our block is pretty strong, and it gets rid of that Stubborn indestructible. If I evade, you see right there, then he gets the Stubborn. And you see when he has that Stubborn, he's just healing so much. Look at that, just plus 269, plus 269, plus 269. Just so much regen when he has that Stubborn. I can deal no damage to him when he has that Stubborn. And just when the debuffs are on him, he's healing so much through willpower. And at this point, I decided to throw a special 3, and this was a mistake. You know, I don't even know why I decided to throw the special 3 just to do damage. Really, it only did 9,000. That's so weak. And also just to rebuild my shield and get it to a higher durability. But using the special 3 applies another debuff, and that was a mistake because it's just more willpower healing for him. You can see he's just healing so much right now. And at this point, I'm getting worried. I'm already 2 minutes into this fight, and he's only at 75. I hit a special 2, but the damage, if you don't crit, it's peanuts. It's really just peanuts. And like I said, I'm not going to crit against Dr. Doom here. And I'm even like super boosted right now, but I'm just not doing much damage. So, and I'm keeping my debuffs active. Like, I'm kind of freaking out at this time. You know, I'm not really looking at the clock. I'm trying to just do as much damage as I can. Right here, I make a really big mistake. I dex and then throw my special 2, but that triggers Stubborn, so he takes 0 damage from it. And it's 3 debuffs for now. He's healing for 385 per tick. It's just, that's not good. That is not good at all. More Stubborn. Can't even deal damage. And at this point, man, things are getting rough. You know, I'm keeping my debuffs active, but I'm starting to question if that's even the right play at this point. And then towards the end of the fight, you'll see I decide to just stop applying my debuffs. And I think that's what I should have done just a lot sooner. But you know, like in this fight, man, I'm fighting a Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom is not an easy champion to fight. Like, you know, it takes a lot of focus just to fight Dr. Doom in and of itself without having to worry about all these other things going on. Stubborn and just so many things. Willpower healing. Should I keep my debuffs active? My damage output. It's just so much going on here. And yeah, so I guess I opted to reapply those debuffs. But eventually you'll see that I do stop applying them, and I think that's the way to go. I think I could have done a lot more damage. I think I could have soloed this fight if I took a different approach and just didn't apply any debuffs at all, just played straight up. But I also think that there's some better options for this node than Red Guardian. But yeah, we got less than a minute left, and there's still 50% of this Dr. Doom. And at this point, it's pretty well hopeless. I get pushed under 50%, so now I'm in courage range. He doesn't have 2. I'm not going to evade the whole thing, but I'm going to evade parts of it. Yeah, 36 seconds left at this point. I'm like, alright, well, I can't finish this fight. I'm just kind of mad right now. I'm going to time out. I'm really pissed off, but I'm just like, you know what? We might as well get in below 50%. so that if I have to go back in, or for whoever goes in next, won't have to deal with the backup recovery node. So that's my only goal at this point, just to try to get him below 50%. 10 seconds left. Gonna throw one more combo, and then throw my special 3. Actually, 2 more combos. Get him to 52%, throw the special 3. And then, yeah, this should put him below 50% HP. And that'll trigger the backup recovery as the fight ends, so the next person will have to deal with it. So at least I did that. Yeah, you can see the backup recovery trigger, but that's a timeout. 5-minute war timers, and I timed out. You know, I really didn't think that was going to happen. I just, you know, I had in my head that, you know, I knew it was going to be a long fight, but because of the war timer change, you know, I thought I'd have enough time. I did timing out. I didn't think it was going to happen, but it did. And I could have played better. I played really good, I'd say, but I could have played a different style, and that would have been much more optimal for the fight. But I would say that I was playing fairly well. You know, timing out to a 6-star rank 3 Dr. Doom is kind of impressive in and of itself. But yeah, so second death of the season now in the second war. At least it feels better than actually dying, just timing out, you know. It does feel a little bit better than dying, but yeah. So, you know, I just shrugged it off, whatever. Now, moving into section 2, I have this path where I can't parry. So I cannot parry, or the stun is going to be reflected on me, and I'm going to get wrecked. So I have an Annihilus up first, and we got the first fight with Sorcerer Supreme in Alliance War. First fight ever in Alliance War with her. So I'm really good at fighting Annihilus now after all my training last season for the boss, 6-star rank 3 boss that I had to fight. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and throw a special 1 here, get the nullification aura up, and I also have Mystic Dispersion on, so that's great. Gonna throw another special 1 here so I can get the regen going. So now if I take any blocked hits, I'll regen it back, or most of it anyways. But I actually end up not needing to take any blocked hits in this entire fight. I just play really good at intercepting his dash with a light attack. So yeah, I don't really have to even worry. Just keep throwing my specials. And they're hitting really hard with those armor breaks and everything. So yeah, this fight is over with Mystic Dispersion and everything. Just keep hitting my specials, and boom, Annihilus down. 100% health, didn't take a single blocked hit. That was a really, really good first fight for War with Sorcerer Supreme. So I'm really loving Sorcerer Supreme, man. I cannot wait to take her up to rank 3. I'm less than 5,000 Mystic T5 Class Catalyst fragments away. That's going to be a sweet rank up. Now, next we have the same node, Window of Opportunity Stun against a Clairvoyant. So I was a little bit worried about this one, so I'm going to throw on a regen boost because, you know, I had to heal up Red Guardian quite a bit after the timeout. So before this fight, just in my mind, I can't parry. But then I looked up there at the little red icon, and I thought it was a permanent effect, but I was actually thinking about a different node. It's a very similar node, but it's a different one. But this one's actually on a timer. So at this point, I was like, wait a second. Did that mean right now I could parry? And I'm like, I think that's what that means, but like I'm not sure. So I was like, should I go for it? So I was like, should I go for it? I don't know. So right here I throw a special 1 to apply my slow debuff, so that increases my power gain rate. And then I am going to go for a parry once that timer expires here. And you'll see it worked. So I can parry after that timer expires. So I'm like, oh, cool. I'm going to throw my special 2 here. We get the first crit. The second part doesn't crit, but it's pretty good. And yeah, this fight's like almost over. I'm feeling really good. You know, I'm not going to accidentally parry. I'm like, that's really in the back of my mind not to do that. So I know that's not going to happen. And everything's going pretty good. I get 2 more special 2, go to finish the fight. And right here, the stun reflects from my special 2, and I get stunned. And I was like, wait, what? I almost died. I did not think that I could get stunned in the middle of a special attack. That, like, doesn't typically happen in most interactions in this game. You know, if you're throwing a special attack, you can't be stunned in it typically, you know, like encroaching stun, bypasses that. Like Archangel's neurotoxins, if they expire, you get stunned. But if you're in a special animation, you don't get stunned. Like, so I was under the impression that that's the way they worked, and I got stunned. So that gave me a little bit of a heart attack, but we didn't die, thankfully. That would have been annoying, but yeah. So that was my fight for this war. Want that timeout hurt. Now let's go take a look at the war results and now my season results. Alright guys, so we're back now, and just wanted to show you guys that I had one defender kill this war. That was my boy Hitmonkey again, coming in clutch, so it feels really good when I get a defender kill and I die or timeout or something, because I feel like that kind of makes up for it. So yeah, that was nice. My boy Hitmonkey just pulling through on defense. But we actually ended up losing this war, which does suck. We ended with 38 deaths. They had 18. It was fairly close earlier on. But yeah, they ended up running away with it. So yeah, that's fortunate. We're now 1-1 for this season. But let's go take a look now at my scores for the season. So we basically just repeated the way the last war went, except we didn't get a boss kill this time, so not as good. But 5 more kills, an additional death. So all of our stats went up a little bit. This went down because I didn't fight the boss. But yeah, 2 deaths, 2 wars. Not feeling too great about that. The timeout felt pretty bad. But it's all good, it's all good. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say. Drop a like if you enjoyed the 5-minute Doom fight. Subscribe if you'd like to see more Alliance War content. We're going to have 10 more war videos for this season, so be on the lookout. And so I was looking at the dates, and I think it's the last 2 wars of the season I'll be at the lake for. So those war videos are going to be interesting if I'm not just on backup, if I actually have fights. It's going to be very interesting if I have a connection too. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. What did you guys think of the timeout? Thanks for watching.